And this, my friend, is Daddy Takeover. Spending days with the kids are extremely important for me, but if mummy leaves, it's quite a challenge. So there's one of two ways I go about it. The number one is you take it as it is, all right? That doesn't always work. I try my best. The second option is always the safest option. That is, have a clear list. Mum spends 90% of the time with them. She shares where's the food, where's the clothes, where's the diapers. If you miss that list, it can get pretty ugly. I've experienced that. There are three things that I would like to talk about. Number one, you usually want to take your children out. I like to take them to a place where it's really relaxed. Now, the brief is very clear. If you want to take them out to a public place, they need to look decent. Making your daughter's hair. Don't go and watch YouTube. I've tried the one with the vacuum cleaner. Sure, it didn't end well, okay? The second option then is don't do hair. They can just relax and stay at home. What do you do at home? Oh, you want them to play and you want to get your chores done as well to impress your wife. This sometimes requires you to have complex project management skills. Get your projects done, but the other project is also to get your children safe and fed. I neglected this once. The grass was being cut, and after about 10 minutes, my children was nowhere to be found, and then the dog was nowhere to be found as well. So the children and the dog were competing for the dog food because the children were eating the dog food. Okay, so that's the second one. If you keep them at home, make sure they're fed and give them activity to get them busy. And then thirdly, if it goes well, and now you've mastered the act of getting your children to look up to the standard of what your wife explained, you are now welcome to leave the house to go to the mall. Have you ever experienced if your children eat dog food and then they go to the mall, what is the repercussion from that? It's not good. Now, the other thing is, if you did not follow the brief, you don't have wet wipes. If you don't have wet wipes, you don't have a nappy. It's not going well. The one child has a poo, the other one doesn't, but you need to go and change this. If you've ever tried to do it in the mall, it's sometimes very challenging. This is my tip. Go back to your car, sit down the driver's seat, and just do it there. What's the favorite thing for me of every day? I always experienced that my father picked me up. Doesn't matter how tired he was. I would know what to do as a young man, and that was to reach out my arms, and he would pick me up. And the saddest day was one day when he said, "Son, you're not too heavy now. I can't pick you up anymore." But he would always continue to pick me up emotionally. A special thing for me in the afternoon to come home to is to see my children reaching out their arms to me. Daddy, that is your responsibility. You have to keep picking up your child every day. If it's not emotionally, it's physically. So Daddy has set down the rules now, but apparently there's always a second opinion.
Hi, my name is Marissa Drummond. I have a little girl called Annabelle, and she is 7 years old.
Hi, I'm Roseanne McKenzie, and I'm a mom of two. My son James is 4, and my daughter Fallon is 1.
Hi there, I'm Nadia Bierkist, and I've got an 8-week-old baby named Davy. Daddy takeover! It's one of my favorite times because that means that I can hand over the baby for a little while and just spend some time with myself. When I'm in another room and I hear the baby crying, my first instinct is obviously to go in and save the day, but he needs to spend time with his dad. And he can change nappies better than I can. He's got bigger hands than I do, which is great for burping. And he's got a very calm energy about him. He really is a super dad.
I'm very lucky because he's really hands-on. He is involved from helping bring the baby into the world to just changing nappies and taking to school. Sometimes Fallon just wants me. Everything that he'll do, he'll give her dummy, he'll make sure she's fed, she's changed, she's not tired. She'll just scream and it'll be mommy that she wants. My son tries to be cheeky. Sometimes he plays us up against each other. Mommy said I can, and then I didn't. He's telling little white lies and fibs. Both my kids have got a great relationship with their dad.
My husband was a single child, and he grew up playing ball with everyone, and he played rugby, and he was an athlete, and all of a sudden, he had to deal with a little feminine person. We had the conversation, and he asked me, what can I do with my daughter? The biggest present that you can give to her is to also say to her, come, let's go kick a ball.
There was a time where I was wrong and I lost it, and I shouted at my wife. You can get angry, but manage it better. Go to your car, scream out loud there. Don't do it in front of your children. They get really scared. Remember to follow my wife at Swart _ on Instagram.
And Epi-Max, and remember to keep watching 1, 2, 3 only on Living and Loving. Even though dads are tough, their skin doesn't have to be. The Epi-Max Man range is there to moisturize dad's skin. Even when they're roughhoused, their touch will be gentle. Giveaway time! Yes, yes, yes. There is one simple question you need to answer. What was the funniest moments our guests shared on today's episode? In order for you to win, number 1, go and like Epi-Max on Instagram as well as Melissa Swart. Number 2, go and post your answer in the comments section on the video. And number 3, share the love. Hashtag Epi-Max, hashtag 123parent.